Here we go. This is City League Sports, the show where we share the love for all special people that make the Columbus City League wonderful. In the studio today, man, we got a special guy with us here. The one and only former Linden McKinley Panther, AJ Davis, is joining the show here today. Say what's up to everybody, man. Say hello to Central Ohio.
How we doing today? Good afternoon. Good morning, I should say. How we doing today?
Love it, love it, love it. Hey, look, so we're going to dive right into it, man. I begin with, I was blessed. Mm-hmm. As an educator to have an opportunity. I was working at Linden McKinley and got to meet you right as a young man, mm-hmm. and all of your energy and glory, man. You know, you've been rocking one of the best smiles. Real talk, like for listeners right now, y'all can't see, man. AJ smiling. You've been rocking one of the best smiles that I've known since you were young, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know, cause like a lot of times people had them tough days. I don't know if you ever had a tough day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you have, you've always come out and showed the world like, man, I'm loving life. And I'm appreciative of that because like I've watched your journey for a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to get into that journey, right? But we're going to talk basketball today, people, right? And so so I start with this. We're going to go right into it. You're a young guy, 2005. Linden McKinley makes a run in the city, and you're a sophomore that year. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to steal the thunder. Tell us about that run. I want to know what was going on as a kid. You're a young guy, 15 years old, sophomore in high school. Tell everybody what happened that year for Linden McKinley basketball, and then give me some of the stuff that we don't know about. As general, right? Like, give me some of the behind the scenes magic sauce stuff that we don't know about.
I mean, our season started off kind of rough. We had an up and down year. I mean, I won't say we were young, but me being a sophomore, I had two other guys in front of me, Mashawn Gunnell, Sam Payne.
Oh yeah, Sam, yeah.
Sam went to Ohio State. Sean went on to go to Rio Grande. So I was like that third wheel guy, we would say nowadays. Yeah. Those older guys, we're pretty well meshed. We're a close-knit team at Linden. We pretty much, you can say we did everything together. We hung out outside of school, in school, so got into trouble with each other. But
yeah.
It was ups and downs for us. That sophomore year was just like any young team or any team with two other guys who were just get keyed on every
seniors?
night. So, no, they were juniors.
Okay.
Juniors that year.
Okay.
But it was a good year for us, just taking lumps here and there. You know, that schedule around that time, basketball was different. Yeah. From this, I would say, this new age basketball.
Okay.
This basketball now. So when guys tell guys like, you wouldn't be able to survive in the city when I was coming out.
Who you telling?
So they'd be like, what you mean? There's no players.
It was different. And
I can name guys.
Not a good or bad different, just different.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely different. The game has evolved over the years, and you just see it at a high level. College basketball now is trickling down into high school. So, but not to veer off, that team my sophomore year, I could say was probably the best out of my four there, just because the significance of what we had and making our way to the state Final Four. And
there we go. Like, let's get into you know what I mean? Because I think everybody who's listening, they was like waiting for well, what made 2005 special? State Final Four. Yeah.
Just a backstory. I mean, I'm a son of a twin, the Davis twins. So
yeah.
Product of that, they won two state championships in 77, 79.
Right.
That's the magnificent team where there was big names like Buster Douglas, Todd Penn, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Just to name a few from there. So it was almost kind of like I had a higher level to perform on and
you
reach.
one of the Davis boys.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I had a cousin. My cousin, when I was getting there, he was just leaving out, John Davis. So that was another step and pill in my career that I was like, there's something else that I have to fight against and live up to the credibility of those that came before me.
Certainly. So like, to give everybody a quick recap in what you shared, because you just talked about it so simple. State Final Four. Like in 2005, man, you all go on this amazing tournament run at the end of the season. You make a state Final Four. Right. And I mean, like, y'all were balling. You know what I mean? For people who know and were watching, y'all were balling out there. But what was it, do you think, what clicked at the end of the season for a team that was, y'all were only a couple games over 500, to be honest, at the time, right? So y'all were a classical win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, right? And so for coaches out there who are listening to a young A.J. Davis right now, because we got coaches, we got parents, we got kids that listen to the show. So for coaches that are having that season, win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. And then for kids, like what clicked in your mind? What do you think it was that clicked at the end of the season and y'all went on that run and then you look up and y'all in the state Final Four? And back then, where was the Final Four played at? What venue? Was it at the Schottensteins? At the Schott. Okay. So here you are playing at the Schott then.
For sure.
As a sophomore, 15-year-old dude running out the Schott, right?
Well, we had to get there first. So it finished out the season. Well, now you don't really play there anymore. The Coliseum, the fairground.
100%.
So it's
much
like,
love to the Coliseum.
Had to play 3 games there.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, win here, handle business here. Now we're on to the Schott. That was
no. Didn't y'all have a stop? Didn't y'all have to go? Y'all had 3 games in Athens, right?
3 games in at the fairgrounds.
Then y'all went to
Athens,
OU.
Yep, and then we went to the Schott.
So you go Athens, OU. So what clicked?
I mean, it was just the camaraderie from our coaching staff. We had James Jones and Marvin King as our 2 coaches.
Marv King, much love for him and Coach Jones, man.
Product of the Linden area, St. Stephen's. It was just the camaraderie of those 2, just pulling us all together, just sitting us down, as putting our difference to the side. It's like, hey, we got to figure this thing out. It's like you said, one game we'll win, next game we'll lose, and we might hit 2 losses back to back, depending on who we play. We might beat up Mifflin and the Brookhaven right back, and then we might get in a dog fight with Beechcroft. So it's just like, just all coming together and bonding together, and like, man, we have the potential. We just got to believe in ourselves and get it done. Who
was running around the City League North at that time and other teams? Who was the younger Turner at Mifflin still, or was he already gone?
No, he was already gone. So people running around City League when I was there was
Who do you remember? Does anybody stand out?
Cody Ballard at Mifflin.
That's right. Cody I forgot Cody was balling at Mifflin.
Rest in peace, Terrence Peterson from Mifflin. We had Troy Cherry over at Beechcroft. And this was when Northland was up and coming. That spree of there, they had Devon Moore, Jared Sellinger. So
Devon was just getting going there, kind of 2000, because Jared and guys would have just been coming in as like freshmen then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Tim Russell.
So some guys that could go, right? So like you've been around and you got like one of You're one of those unique guys. You have a great perspective because you come from what I like to call, for me, man, in my little circles, right? You come from basketball royalty, right? Like your family was hooping. You know what I mean? You sit down at the kitchen table and have a conversation, and they like, dude, I got a state championship. Like, what you talking about? We won state, right? So that's a tough when your parents and uncles can say those types of things to you, right, in discussion. So you come from basketball royalty and have seen a little bit of everything. And so you made a comment about it's different, but I'm sure that your dad and uncle have said to you on multiple occasions, man, y'all couldn't have played when we played.
For sure.
Right? So do you think every group kind of thinks that, man? Does every group say that?
I think that's that bridge between generations is like, it's always going to be there no matter what the game is. Because before them, it evolved before them. So it's just like, they couldn't play back then when it was that time period. So it's just like it just keep evolving.
The classical Dr. J, Michael Jordan, LeBron discussion, right? About who could play with who. You know, the part that I love about it, man, is that you've always wore it well. You've embraced it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that there's ever been a time where you, like when I watched you play, you wasn't out there just like, okay, like I'm about to go give it to them, right? Like from a basketball standpoint, like I'm about to go give it to them. And so, you know, there are a number of other families per se, like you said about Sellinger. You know, Sellinger's dad and been around forever, and other people that have been around the game here in Central Ohio. But now I'm gonna put you on the spot, right? But I'm gonna make it easy for you, okay? So I'm gonna start with, because you know a little bit, if I had to guess, you know a little bit about 90s basketball, right? So I can throw out names to you of Mike Redd, Esteban Weaver, Kenny Gregory, all those names mean something to you, right? Those are names that you know. Is that a fair? Is that a fair comment?
Fair statement.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm putting you on the spot. I need you to give me, and we're going to position starting five.
Okay.
Not just best hoopers. I need you to give me your starting five from the 90s on. You don't got to go before the 90s. I need you to give me your starting five of City League guys, right? And tell me who, and then I'm gonna give you a +1. So you get a starting five and a 6-man. I told you I was gonna put you on the spot with this one because that's one of our legendary conversations we have around Central Ohio, right? Is like, and we got some positions that we all know are like, some guys that are very debatable. We talk about some of these positions out there. So I'm curious to hear, man, who's your five? And see, you so deep into the basketball community. I knew I was going to put you on the spot with this one.
It's so many out there, and I don't want to leave anybody out. It's just
I know that's the beauty of this question.
Being pulled up in that community and just being around those older guys and just seeing them being in a community of 35 and up, just seeing those people, just being around. I can go.
But I'm talking about from their body of high school work. Not now.
I'm talking about body of work, high school. Let me see.
Listeners, I knew I was going to get him with this one. I queued this one up for AJ especially because I want to hear his thoughts on who they were. And let me say this, I'll let you even hedge a little bit. If you got two people in a position and you torn, I give you two names. You can throw two names out at one position if you need to, if it's a toss up.
Say 90s, I'm going to go.
Just no, all the way through from 90s until now.
Oh.
Yeah, no. You don't I want you to give me
but just all around City League.
All around City League from 30 years of basketball. We got to go play a game on one of the ESPN national high school teams, and they saying you can bring City League all time, 30 years of basketball. Who's our starting five? And here, let me say this, and I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off to make it easy for you. I think there's a lot of people who have heard me say, and rightfully, like I'm a fan of Andrew Lavender.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I've always been torn between him and Trey. But if I'm starting the game, I got to go with Andrew. Trey, I got love for you. And Benji, I got love for you.
Sure.
You got to say that.
Yeah.
So I started off in that way as a point guard.
Yeah, for sure. I was going there.
My tough part between the two of them when it comes to Drew and Trey, I was so amazed at how Trey, his senior year, and what he put on the court. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, I haven't seen a lot of people do that, right? And so I'm putting you on the spot with a question like that. So I softened it up for you to get you started. But you got to give me 5 names, man.
Okay, we're going Andrew Lavender. Let me see who I'm going to go for my 2 guard. We're going to probably go, of course, Mike Red.
There we go. Lucky lefty out there.
For sure. Who won't put that 3
I was at a game the other night, man, and met Mike's son for the first time. Never had met Mike's son. So I met Mike's son the other night.
Of course, we got to go throw Esty in there.
2 lefties.
Well, I'm going to go for my 4. 90s all the way to now. I'm going to go Big Turn for my 5, for sure.
Ooh, yes, indeed.
I'm gonna throw Kenny Gregory in there. Kenny Gregory there. Probably my 6. I'll probably go Ike Jefferson.
Nice,
6 man.
Nice. So here's the beauty of it. Without us saying any names, it's another 25, 30 dudes you could have thrown out there,
easily.
Right? And I shared it that way because we have a special thing here. Like our camaraderie in basketball in Central Ohio is a special thing. And we've got like countless names of people who have put it in and just put in the work and grinded and day after day after day. You then, so now we come back to you. Your body of work is not to be missed, right? So so that's easy for us, right? Because, even for me, I mean, I remember, trying out and playing Columbus Walnut Ridge, and I see some guys today, and I say to myself, I don't even know if you would have made our team. I don't think you would have made our high school team, dude. You good, but I don't know if you would have actually made the team. I'm looking at guys that didn't even play for us, and in my mind, I think they're maybe better than you. Not as a knock, but I'm just speaking to. And here's my biggest piece of advice for all kids, families, parents. I'm not saying don't do the workout stuff.
Sure.
But we got a bunch of workout kids. You can run a drill, but you can't go play. y'all kids, y'all got to play more basketball. Right, you got to play the game. You can't drill your way to being good at basketball. You actually have to go up. Like, you know, that in the quote I like to give is, the cone don't move.
For sure.
Anybody can go do an in and out dribble in front of the cone, crossover and shoot. The cone don't move. What do you do when AJ is closing out on you when you try to do that, and all of a sudden that 7-foot wingspan closes out on you and you can't get a shot off? Well, that cone didn't do anything for you, right? So you got to hoop. But I asked that question of you because you've been around it for a long time. You have success at Lyndon McKinley High School while you're there. And then I guess I knew this, but I didn't know it, right? So this is the part I want you to share with me. You leave Lyndon and go to Wyoming? Like, man, I must have missed that part of, because I always knew you from James Madison. You know what I mean? And I just thought you were there for 4 years, and I started doing my homework for the show. And I'm like, Wyoming? So how does that occur? How do you end up in Wyoming?
Before we get into that, just to piggyback on that, the basketball thing is like what you said. There's a viral clip where a trainer said, you need to get out and play more. You can't drill yourself to death. You went in did this move, and you had the easy layup. You made it difficult by doing this other move.
Right.
So now it's one of those things where it's cool to do drills and all of that, but at the same time, get out and play. Use what you're doing in these drills, game time situations.
Yeah.
Learn how to react to certain situations. Like you said, Cone's not moving, does have a mind of his own. What is he going to do? If I step to the left, you're going to go to the right. You're going to do this move, I'll give you this angle. If I put this foot forward, you're going to give me this move. So get out and do those drills in front of people. Don't play against people at your age. This basketball now is so comfortable with people telling them, oh, you're good, playing with your same age people. Go up and play against people 2-3 times older than you, like grown men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go down and play to sharpen your skills, or play at your level to sharpen your skills. Yeah. And then tune your game up against older guys. Then you'll see where you're at.
100%. I love that you shared that, man, because and I'm not knocking all the trainers and stuff that's out there, but for all the trainers out there, here's my one basketball piece. Like, it's cool to bring kids in and give them a workout, but bring them in with multiple kids so that they can be working against each other and get like I said, the cones don't move, and when I watch the game, that's what jumps out at me time and time again. I'm going, oh, that dude is just a workout kid. He probably looks great in some drills, and then now all of a sudden you can't turn it into being on the court. So it's good to hear that there's other people out there sharing that. And then you can see what players step up in big games. You're out playing, so you're in that comfortability. You know what to do in certain situations. Yeah. So it's just get out and play. You can't drill that enough. That's right. You can do those drills all day, but where you gonna use them at? That's right. You got to use them against people. That's right. And you got to be playing to figure out how to use them. For sure. Yeah. And to fast forward to your Wyoming question, it was come on, like, let everybody know, how does AJ Davis, Columbus, Ohio, get out of here and then end up like in Wyoming? Because like I said, I missed that part of it. And you know, when you got something like going on, but share that piece, man. How does that occur? So getting there, I had to hit a bump in the road with OGT. Okay. For people that don't know, that's the proficiency test that we had years back. They keep changing the game. Ohio Department of Education, you know, it's always a different metric, but I get it. So you okay. So coming in my senior year, I didn't pass a certain portion of the test. So I had to do that. Okay. And then go on to take some classes over the summer to get that graduation, that credit for that, to pass that. Certainly. So end up doing that, end up following, able to walk and all that, got to go and take a visit out there to visit and whatnot. I had a coach that coached my cousin at Columbus State, and was one of those things. He just approached me. And did that coach leave Columbus State and go to Wyoming? He was okay out there. But excuse me, to get there, I was committed to Toledo. Oh, okay. University of Toledo. Yeah. So once they fired their coaching staff over to the University of Toledo. Did that happen your senior year? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it opened up my recruiting. So I was able to go further and view other campuses and institutions get your visits on and whatnot. Who was the coach that brought you out there? Rest is Anthony Stewart. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So he coached my cousin at Columbus State for 2 years. They had a wonderful year. I think they won a national championship. They won like
26-4, something like that when he was at Columbus State.
Yeah. And then he goes out and is on the Wyoming staff.
Yeah, and when I opened my recruiting, I was home for the summer. He was back recruiting and all of that. He was just like, man, what you gonna do? You gonna come out here with me? I'm getting this job in Wyoming. You gonna come out here with me?
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things like, man, Wyoming.
100%.
I'm out there. I'm far away from my family.
Yeah.
So I get to looking up what's in Wyoming and stuff like that. But I made that decision. He made it more comfortable for me to see.
Great experience. Right.
Most definitely. Like, I knew if I was moving away from home, I needed somebody out there to kind of look after me. Like, man,
certainly.
19, 21 years old, going
100%.
to freshman in college, way across the country.
Right.
Needed somebody to look
and that's the part
me.
that people don't understand, man. Like, and in previous shows, listeners have heard me talk about support system. And it doesn't just mean parents and family, you know, like, and when you get into school, that's huge.
For sure.
Right? Because you got to have somebody there that's kind of like looking out for you. As kids and young people, man, like in general, all of us, the human race, we're meant to make mistakes.
For sure.
Right? So like you get off to school and all of a sudden you running around and you on a college campus. Well, hey, parents, there's a whole lot of fun and trouble to get into on college campuses all over this country, right? And so, it's good to have that connection to somebody there. So you spend 2 seasons at Wyoming, and then now somewhere along the line, the transition you end up and you this is before transfer portal type stuff. So then you finish at James Madison. So where does that play in? How does your journey bring you to James Madison? And then even for the listeners, when you're sharing that, tell everybody where James Madison is at and give us that energy.
So James Madison is in Harrisonburg, Virginia. It's probably 2 hours west D.C.
Okay.
Before you get to D.C. Nice, beautiful town in Harrisonburg. But leading up my 2 years at Wyoming, leading up to heading to JMU, of course, I'm real close with Devon Moore. We had a tight relationship. It was a situation where we were trying to do something here, didn't go down.
Did you know Devon in high school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We were wanting to look to play together. My going to my senior year.
Are y'all the same year? Senior year?
Not same senior year. I'm 07. He's 09.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking to transfer to Northland, but some things didn't go down, so I had to stay put where I was.
Yeah.
But we said if there was another opportunity that could transfer, we could play together, it was definitely gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
So some stuff went down in Wyoming, wasn't really seeing eye to eye with the coach. So it was kind of like,
and that happens, man.
Change the scenery. You know what I'm saying? Talking to him that whole year, it was like, what you gonna do? I was like, man, I don't know.
So you all communicated with each other?
For sure.
Okay.
I went out, it was every other day. I'm at practice. Practice is one of those type of things. So it was just kept in communication with each other.
Then.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Okay.
So came time, was like, talk to my family, my grandmother. Of course, my grandma was my biggest supporter in my corner.
Yeah, so I remember, man.
If everyone knows, that's her. Sit down and talk with her days in, days out of figuring out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Making the decision, because more importantly, it affected me, but more importantly, it would be affecting them too. So I had to talk that over with her, but end up coming to the conclusion, like, I'll come back home, closer to home, so they can see more games and stuff like that. Of course, they did come out there, but that's a
that's the journey.
That's the journey
that takes some resources. That takes some coordinating. You can't just like hop in the car and drive to Dayton. You know what I mean? Drive up to BG or something like that to get to Wyoming. That takes some coordination. Yeah.
So we figured that out, and of course that's 6.5 hours from Columbus, so that's for us. So we got that worked out and finished up there. Sit out year, trained, and
was just getting it in.
Just getting it in. My junior year, we had an okay season. We lost first round of the tournament, and then it was just that senior year
of the league tournament.
The league. I'm sorry, of conference play, CAA tournament.
Yeah,
they're now in Sunbelt now, but
okay.
My junior year, lost first round of the CAA tournament. Came back that next year. That summer, put in all the off-season work. And that senior year, it was just like we had all the pieces. I think at one point in time we were the oldest college team.
Okay, so you guys had some age and some wisdom and experience on the team.
We had 6 redshirt seniors.
Oh wow,
on the team. So it was kind of up and down season, but it was kind of one of those things of my sophomore year. We just kind of clicked, kind of got it rolling at the right time in the season, hitting those bumps in the road, taking some nicks, but getting up and pushing forward and really getting the job done. And going off to our senior year, winning 3 games in our conference tournament, MVP of the tournament. We played 2 rounds of NCAA tournament, LIU, Indiana. Lost to Indiana second round.
Who was at Indiana at the time?
That was when they had, ask me too quick.
What is this,
2013. Cody Zeller.
Oh, okay.
Yogi Ferrell.
Big Cody. You know, Cody Zeller, he got 3 brothers that was hooping. You know what I mean? So, like, I remember because Cody
I'm sorry, not Cody. Oh. Was it Tyler Zeller?
Tyler, but whichever one went to Indiana, I think was like a catch for them, right? Because I think the other 2 went someplace different.
What was that? North Carolina.
Yeah, one was at North Carolina.
Indiana. Can't remember the other one was.
Yeah, that. but either way though, so y'all get two games in. Share with these kids today. What was your biggest difference when you went from high school to college? What was the biggest thing for you? So when I played, man, the biggest shock for me was I was shocked at how strong everybody was. I came in, I was a quick guard, fast, but I couldn't stay on my line. You know, I'm coming up to court, and one of them big guards bumped me, and next thing you know, I'm almost out of bounds. Like I couldn't stay on my line. So it took me probably 1.5 years to get strong enough even to just be able to even get any real minutes. And I know that's changed. But what was your biggest difference per se when you remember going from high school to college, whether it's Wyoming or even just at James U?
I would say the change of pace, change the pace of the game, and then backing up even further than that, just the terminology of the game. Not knocking anyone and not knocking anyone's coaching, but high school level coaching is totally different from college coaching. The aspect of the game is cut down to a T at that next level. Not saying a lot of coaches here are not doing that. Yeah. But every given night that you got attention to detail, scouting report, it's just go to class. Just being able to manage all of that and the game of basketball is you had a quick adjustment. Yeah. And for me, it was, like you said, that the strength, that the pace, the stand on your line, the terminology is just, that was the most hardest thing I had to do coming in my freshman year, is just adjusting from that. Okay, we got 5 or 6 plays. I'm comfortable with running this, running that, being that go-to guy. Yeah. But then leaving high school and going to college is be like, okay, you're a system player now. Yeah, you just one of the guys at that point, because everybody could hoop when they was in school. You know what's interesting, and like you said, this is not an indictment on high school coaching because it's different. Here's one of the biggest challenges that I see for high school coaches right now. And you can see the style of play even in the pros. But one of the biggest challenges, and I was sharing this with some coaches the other day, is that you know, we've kind of like basketball kind of like goes to this positionless basketball, right? Where everybody can hoop, everybody can do this, everybody can do that, right? And so I say that because basketball is one of the few sports, okay, if you process it this way, where everyone gets to touch the ball. So when you think about football, if you're a lineman, you can go a whole football game and never touch a football, right? So you know your role. Your role is when they call this play, you're blocking. If you're on the defensive side of it, when you're tackling the other person. So in football, you can go never touch the ball, right? So you're not making decisions about how the ball is being used. In baseball, you can go a whole game and never touch the ball, right? Depending on how it gets hit, pitcher gets hot, pitcher goes for a no-hitter. It's just a pitcher and a catcher the whole afternoon, right? And so everyone knows their play. If you're at second base, you're not running all the way out to right field to catch the ball, right? But in basketball, through the flow of the game, big men, like everybody touches the ball. And it's hard to teach the game when somebody doesn't understand their role. That's the challenge I see in high school. You got kids who maybe are trying to do things that their skill set doesn't necessarily complement or allow them to do. And that's one of the challenges I see for high school coaches. The good high school coaches are able to figure that out with their team and have a system that works and helps everybody kind of shine. But that's difficult to do, I think. So you get to school, you have this level of success, and then that's because I know I told you 30 minutes go fast, man, right? But I want to get in. You leave James U, and then you get a chance to play in the NBA Developmental League. You get some times at Sioux Falls, which is in Iowa. South Dakota.
South Dakota. I'm sorry. So you get some time in South Dakota. And so share everybody, just give us a glimpse of that chapter of your world.
Well, it was a good chapter. Leading my senior year of JMU, had 5 NBA workouts coming out of there. Did my 5 workouts with the NBA teams. And leading up to that, I go put my name in the player pool for the NBA G League, get drafted out there.
Yeah.
Do 2 seasons out there, but it's definitely a different place out there.
Yeah.
Meaning beautiful scenery. It snows a lot, but it's definitely like one of those Wyoming places like, man, that's far out there.
Yeah.
It's very life-changing, different, get to see a different culture.
Certainly. I mean, so basketball's taking you literally all over the country, giving you a number of experiences and opportunities. So like, are you still in touch with the game? Like for where are you at now? Do you still have, you know what I mean, a connection to the game? Oh yeah,
very, very in touch with the game. I'm in tune with the game. I still do player development. I still do some training from time to time. But my thing right now is I want to be more, in my current situation, I'm obviously in a wheelchair, but I'm working on getting prosthetics due to my accident that I was in a year ago. But I want to be more I'm not available, but more mobile than what I am right now. Yeah. Not relying on others to give me certain places to be in tune to with training. Like, I can train from a chair, but kids nowadays are more, I need to see it, hands-on type of thing. Yeah. Not saying I can't do it from this chair, but it's like if I need to do a move, I want to be able to do that move.
Certainly. So, you know, the challenge, and that's the part that I think any young person, any family who gets an opportunity to meet you, I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna give you a letter of reference right now per se. I'm being real. Like you're a great basketball mind.
Appreciate it.
Me and you have had lots of conversations about basketball, right? So I knew this was going to be a fun, time for us here in the studio. But someone should give themselves an opportunity to learn from you. Because, and you're right, like, but this generation with the mobile phones and everything, you know, they can go online and they watch people's, you know, like if somebody was to put together a highlight film of my time, they would say like, well, why aren't you in the league?
Right? For sure.
Because I can cut together 15 different clips of that were amazing. That don't mean I was good enough to, you know what? And so kids, they're so visual, but take a step back, young people. Families get to know AJ Davis. Like for me, and we started off this way. Your current situation that ain't relevant for our world, man. We love you here. You know what I mean? I love seeing you out, and I know that you're still connected to Central Ohio basketball at a high level. You like your time is your time, and you were balling, and that's the beauty of like what we try to do here, man, is to talk about you know what I mean, those times when people were getting it in. I love your story. Love to see what's next for, you know what I mean, for you. I'm a champion of you. I'm a cheerleader on the sidelines, man, of your world. That. And I'm excited that you took some time to come and be on the show with us here today. I knew I was gonna put you on the spot. So basketball community, you can't be mad at AJ for throwing out. He wasn't prepped. He didn't know what I was going to ask him. So you can't be mad at him if he left your name off the list. It was only because I put him on the spot. A lot of people don't know. We had a run in the 70s, Central Ohio, and we need to get this back. But we had a run where it was like maybe out of a 12-year stretch, Central Ohio won the state championship like 9 out of 12 years. I mean, it was like you get like a East in the late 60s. You sneak a Walnut Ridge in there. You sneak in somebody else, Linden, boom, shout. Like every time we looked up, somebody from Ohio was winning the state championship, right? We had that amazing run, and then some changes happened and some other stuff. But we had guys that were balling back then. We had guys that was balling when I was in school. We had guys that was balling when you was in school, and we got guys that's balling right now. And so man, you're balling in life, and you know, man, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
me.
They're
giving me the signal that we got to wrap it up. I told you half an hour goes by pretty quick, and so I'll read an outro, man, and we'll get out of here. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So first, before I end though, before I do the outro, any parting words you want to share, man? You know what I mean? The floor is yours. Shout outs, whatever. You can say whatever you want.
I mean, I just thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I think everyone has been following my story. I appreciate you all supporters from afar, from near. The countless hours of wellness checks and stuff like that doesn't go uncounted. I appreciate everyone out there that I've encountered. Since then, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know everybody on your support team right now, but much love to all of them. You know what I mean? It's nice to hear. And I see you everywhere, man. So you out and you connected. So I say that from somebody who I'm glad you got good people around you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you.
So that's all we have today. You know what I mean? I want to thank everybody for listening. I knew we were going to get in a lot of hoops and basketball today, man. So that's fun for me. I love the sport, but I love what we do here in the City League as well. Much respect to you, man. Much respect for you being on the show today. Be sure to catch all future episodes on Radio WCBE 90.5 FM. Also catch us on Spotify, Apple, or the platform you prefer to listen to your favorite podcast. And additionally, check us out on Instagram at City League Sports 614. I'm your host, Vince Clarno. This is City League Sports.